Hey everybody, how are you going today? It is Friday, and what a morning it has been. I had a meeting first thing this morning and it was awesome. I drove about 45 minutes down to Redcliffe, which is just down towards Brisbane, and I was meeting an amazing woman called Rebecca Lloyd, and we met on good old social media on Facebook. And her and I had very, very common interests. So instead of doing the old Zoom introduction, she messaged me and she said, Renee, how about we do something really radical? And instead of arranging a meet and greet over the Zoom platform or text, because she's in Brisbane, she said, how about we drive and actually meet face to face? I know we get so used to doing social media that we spoke about it in a joking fashion because so many of us are used to it. Even if we live closely, we'll, out of comfort, catch up over social media via text, voice, rather than actually make the effort to jump in the car, do the drive and go down and meet that person face to face. So we challenged the status quo this morning and drove the 50 minutes to meet each other midway. So it was an awesome meeting. Hello, Jana, gorgeous girl. I can see your heart's going. And it was an awesome meeting. I absolutely love meeting new people that, you know, at first you think, they look really great online. I love what they post. I love what they have to say. Are they going to be the same in person? And I have to say, she absolutely was. So I was really, really stoked and happy to meet her. So I took the drive down. We met for coffee. We were supposed to meet for an hour. 3 hours. 3 hours we chatted for. We literally left after 3 hours knowing each other's life story. You know, when you meet that person, hey Jana, and you know, like you and I, and you just open up and that person feels as though you've known them forever. And Jana, you and I haven't even met each other face to face yet. Everything's been online. Yet it's like we've known each other forever and we just get each other and you don't have to explain stuff. When it's an aligned connection, it's just aligned and it just works. And you don't have to put all this effort and maintenance into it. It's almost like, you know, when you invite people to your home and they might be great friends of yours and you absolutely love them, but it feels like you have to entertain them and make sure that they're comfortable and they have what they need and, you know, be that good host. And then you have other friends that come over and, you know, you can just leave them to their own devices and they make their own coffee and they make themselves comfortable and you don't have to pander to them. They just take care of themselves. They're that easygoing and low maintenance that you're like, she'll take care of herself. And it makes you feel more comfortable and more rested that you don't have to run around after them. Are you hearing what I'm saying? They are my favorite people. I have a rule at my home. If you come here, just help yourself. Go to the fridge, get what you need, make yourself a cup of coffee, make yourself at home, and please just feel comfortable. If you need something, you're not sure where it is, just ask me. Ash is like that, needs constant entertaining. Ash actually entertains me and most people that he comes in contact with. He is the funniest person when you take him around to visit people. He literally just gets up and goes, where's the jug, babe? And I'll, and everybody's babe. Where's the jug, babe? Anybody want tea and coffee? I'm just going to wander in and make myself a brew. Who would like one and how do you have it? Love it. They're my kind of people. So the whole point of what I wanted to say today, because like I said last week, my commitment is to come on here every single day and do a live. And I'm hoping that there's nuggets that come out of that for you, because I don't just want to come on here and be hot wind, although sometimes I know I am. Sucked in, you've got me anyway. So, but today's a little bit different because, and Jenny, you're the only one watching live now, but for the people who chime in during the replay, please leave me your thoughts on this. So I started by saying sometimes you meet people who are just your people. And like I said, Rebecca, who I spoke to this morning over coffee, we got in deep, heavy and fast. And we literally just told each other our life stories because they were very similar. Our backgrounds, what we'd been through, the type of personalities that we are, our perspective and worldview. And Rebecca is also a Christian. So how we came to that part of our lives, not many people know. So we sort of shared that as well. And it was just really cool. And she would say something and I was like, yes, I know exactly what you mean. And then I'd be telling a bit of my story and she's like, yes, that's how I felt. So we just had a lot of similarities, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. We were talking about shame, and we were talking about expectations, and we were talking about the way that we measure our experiences, our perspective, things that we do right or wrong, and how we measure them against what we believe is acceptable or right or wrong or good or bad, and how that can bring a level of shame into our lives because we're trying to fit under the umbrella of what we think is either expected of us or the way that we should be. So in business, I'll give you an example. In business, when I started out, I was watching all these videos of entrepreneurs and business people who were doing things similar to me, and they seemed so polished and articulate and put together and professional and cashed up, and they had everything in place, and they definitely were not like me, who yesterday was literally picking toothpaste out of my hair while I was talking to you live on camera. That's me. They were all the things that I wasn't. So I believed, because they were further along in business than I was, that I needed to mirror and emulate that. So I tried to be polished, articulate, prepared. I wrote scripts before I went on live. You know, to cut a long story short, I tried to be something I wasn't, and it fell flat. It was shit. It didn't feel good. I'm sure it didn't look good. And sure, I had engagement and it slowly crept up, but it was never something I looked forward to doing. It was never something that I wake up and went, woohoo, I've got to go on video today. Ever. Because I was trying so hard to be like they were. And the more I delved into business, and the further along I got, I found my people. And that's what I'm talking about. I found the people that got me the way that I was. They were happy I was unpolished. They were happy that I was picking toothpaste out of my hair and that I hadn't done my grey roots and that, you know, everything wasn't perfect and that I do not script what I'm going to say when I come on here. I'm just very organic. I let it flow. That's why there's a lot of me fixing my hair when there's a big lump in the background. I'm just me. And the Renee Michelle that you see here on video is the Renee Michelle you get when you come to my house. I don't change. Now, obviously, if I'm in a meeting or if I'm in an environment where I have to be more formal, if I'm facilitating a workshop or if I'm on a stage sharing my story or empowering people, obviously I take on a little bit more of a, organized and put together, because that's just due diligence in business, right? You prepare, you practice, and you present something that is going to elicit change or motivate or inspire your audience. And if you just stood there and went, oh look, toothpaste, you know, you know what I'm saying, right? It would look like I didn't give a shit. So obviously, when I've got to do something more structured, then I do. But I can't do the fake stuff. I can't do surface conversations where we talk about the weather. If I catch up with you and I bring you into my circle or I enter into yours, you are going to get the best of me. You're going to get my attention. You're going to get my focus. You're going to get the real Renee. And I will always be honest with you. And it will not gel with everybody. It will not connect with everybody. People will be like, oh, she's a bit too much. Or she's a bit of a dick. Because I am what I am, and I'm happy to admit my flaws. So that won't resonate with everybody, and that's okay, because they're not my people, and they will go on and they will find their people and they will do life with them, and the people that connect with me, that understand me and that I can help will come my way. Why am I saying all that? I want you to examine or consider or reflect upon today, whose standards do you live under? Are you living under a standard, an expectation, a desire that you have articulated and crafted yourself? What do I mean by that? I mean, I have my own standard and expectations that I place upon myself around my business, around how I parent my children, around the type of partner I want to be, around the type of business owner I want to be, around the type of friend I want to be. Okay? That is created by me based on my values, my beliefs, what I stand for, my identity, and how I want my life to look and the legacy I want to leave behind. Okay? That's on me. That's my responsibility. So if I fall short of that, I have no one to blame or to answer to but myself. Okay? But because I'm a Christian, also, I have a higher power, as in my God, that I answer to. And that's how I formulate how I want to live my life. So there's certain things that I feel convicted about in my life that I know are falling short of how I want to live. And it's up to me to address those things. Now, during the conversation with Rebecca today, both of us admitted that at different times of our lives, we had tried to fit under, the world's expectation of what was acceptable. When I started in business, like I said, I tried to fit under what I thought was the expected way that entrepreneurs or business people needed to present themselves. I listened to the language and how they spoke, and I thought, oh, I have to speak like that. How the hell am I ever going to learn that? That's not me, but that's obviously what I have to become like. And it didn't fit, and it didn't work, and I fell flat on my face. And I had to realize, Renee, that's not you. You need to do it your own way. And however long it takes to catch on, and however long it takes people to not be freaked out by you, is however long it takes. But that was my integrity. And I decided to do things my own way. Go figure, I've always done that anyway. That's why I wanted to just remind you guys today, please don't live under somebody else's expectations of you. My ex-husband used to tell me that what happened to me in my life was partly my fault. So he made me feel, as a 10-year-old child being sexually abused, that it was my fault because I didn't fight. That it was my fault that I didn't try to flee. That it was my fault that I froze, that my body froze, I freaked out, and I disassociated and went to a happy place in my mind, which was basically riding my horse through the paddock. That's how I survived those incidents. He made me feel, because I lived under and started to look to what he thought of me, okay, that I created my identity based on his opinion, and I started to feel dirty, shameful, and broken. And I lived substandardly. I did not live to my full purpose. Why? Because I lived under someone else's expectations of me, and I did away with my own. See what I'm saying here? Okay, whose standards are you living under today? Are they your standards, or are they based on, a teacher's standards of you, of what they said to you when you were a kid in the classroom? Do you all remember having those teachers that basically told you would amount to nothing? That's what I had. I had one teacher my entire life tell me that I was going to do something significant with my life. Everybody else told me that I was stupid, I'd never amount to anything, didn't have a great attention span, wasn't particularly talented in any specific area apart from drama and English, and what are you going to do with that, right? So I was told basically I was going to be a failure, checkout chick, and originally, guess what my first couple of jobs were? Checkout chicks. I started to live my life based on what people thought I was going to become. Is anybody hearing me here? Do you guys agree? Jenna, I think you're the only you're the only person watching, babe. Whoop, it's just you and me. Is this resonating with you? Is it hitting home? Has there been a time in your life where you've gone, who the frickin' hell am I living for, or measuring my level of acceptability? Am I living under my own, or am I living under what my father or my mother has expected of me? As a Christian, boy, oh boy, oh boy, did I have to, and still regularly have to, adjust my thinking and line myself up to my standards. Am I falling short of my standards? Am I living by what is important to me, or am I living by the world's opinion? So I'll give you another example. Recently, I've been really, really convicted to stop watching particular podcasts and stop listening to particular business leaders that oppose my faith. What do I mean by oppose my faith? I don't mean they say Christianity's bad or believing in God is bad, but they just base their business on different values. Now, for me, there's nothing really intrinsically bad at the outset, right? When you hear that. But what I was doing is I was spending 3 or 4 hours filling my soul and my head and my heart and my mind with their concept for success and their strategies that they were implementing in their business. And they were opposed in the way that they did business to the way that I thought and wanted to run mine. So I get up in the morning, I read my Bible, I pray, I thank God for what I have, and I'm grateful. I believe that I am not the master of my own universe and that my vibrational energy, or however you want to call it, I'm not opposing science. Yes, I know we're energy. Please don't hit me up and say, Renee, you're an idiot. I know all that. But what they were saying was that that was all it took to succeed in life. Okay? I believe that my success, now this is not me pushing my opinion on you. You just know, anyone who's followed me for more than 2 seconds knows that Renee Michelle is wholeheartedly honest with you about who I am. I'm open, I'm transparent, I don't keep it hidden. This is who I am, okay? I am not against anybody who has their own belief and concept of doing things. I wholeheartedly honor that, respect that, praise that, because there is many amazing people in my world that are awesome people and they believe different things to me. Kudos to you. It takes all types and I love each and every one of you. But for me, I believe that my success and what I do in life is because of the grace of God. Okay? That's how I live. What I started to do was spend more time focusing on their structure for success and living, and I started pulling away, not even realizing, from what I believed. So I stopped praying as much. I stopped reading my Bible as much. And I live and breathe this thing. I underline things. I focus on things. I've been doing that for 17 years. That book, which I totally and utterly love, has gotten me to this point today. Okay, and for me, again, for me, it would be very dangerous for me to start putting that down and living under somebody else's expectations or beliefs because it is right for them. This is all I'm trying to say, guys. Yesterday we spoke about your why. If you know your why, if you know what you believe in and your conscience is clear and it makes you a happy, healthy, productive, kind, compassionate, loving person with pure motives, then I applaud you. I think that's awesome. Whatever that is for you, whether it's the universe or whatever it is, good for you. Keep doing that. Yay. I'm happy for you. I really am. But don't allow anybody else to tell you that it's wrong if it is fulfilling your life to the level that you need. So I had tried all those things before I became a Christian. I had done all of that and everything still left me empty. And I talk about this in my book. I'm very open about it. I had tried all those things and nothing quite fit. It wasn't until I found this that things started to make sense to me and I was able to heal and get myself from there to here. Okay, that's my story, my journey, my walk. You have your story, your journey, your walk, and you are responsible for that. So if you know what that is and it feels good and you're loving life and it really is enabling you to live from a place of fulfillment and security and love, okay, and you're not having to look for those things in other places, then bang on, girlfriend or guy, keep doing that. It didn't work for me. I did it, it didn't work. And I did it my entire life until I was 26. And for me, I found my thing, okay? So whose standard are you living under? For me, I have my standard, okay? And if it opposes people's opinions of me and how I should live my life, then so be it. Okay, I don't shove it in people's faces. It is my own belief. My partner is not a Christian, and he wholeheartedly supports and encourages and loves what I believe in and how I live my life. He is someone that, and he never thought he'd walk into a church. He goes to church with me because he loves what it provides for me and my children. And because he loves us and is supportive of us, he thinks it's freaking awesome. It doesn't have to be polarizing and damaging to others when they don't believe or understand the things that you do. We can live in harmony and side by side in a loving, compassionate, respectful way, even when we believe other things, as long as you are respectful and loving and compassionate and kind. I don't ram this stuff down people's throats unless they ask me. Ash and I talk about it quite a lot because he asks me. It's an open conversation with us. Otherwise, our relationship wouldn't work. It just wouldn't. So whose standard do you live under? Is this making sense to you? Have you had times in your life when you go, whoa, put the brakes on like I had to do, and admit to yourself you're starting to do things or think or live your life in a way that was contrary to what you actually believed in and what you actually thought was important? And you had to go, well, I have to leave that behind. I have to come back to what I believe in, and I have to start living my life in a way that makes sense to me. So that when you put your head on the pillow at the end of every night, you can sit there and go, my conscience is clear. If you can do that, my friend, awesome. I praise you and I applaud you, and I'm so happy for you. That is why when I got back from Bali the other week, I rang Ash, my partner. I said, I'm not smoking anymore. I'm done. I can't do it. Because every time I did it, and like I said, this is my choice. I'm not looking down on him. He still smokes. That's his life. That's for him to figure out. I'm not his God. He needs to sort himself out. This is what I'm saying to each of us. We are accountable to ourselves. But for me, it was no longer something that served me. It didn't make me feel good. I started to feel yuck. It was just making me feel yucky, inside and outside. So it was up to me to be a big girl, pull my big girl panties up and go, well, Renee, stop bitching and moaning and whinging about it and decide. If you're going to decide to keep smoking, then shut up and just do that. And if you're not, then shut up and do that. And I went the way that I could respect myself for. That's what it comes down to. Your decision is something that you need to live with, and you need to bear the consequences, good or bad, for that choice. That's all I'm saying today. So I am going to leave it there. Jana, babe, I hope you're well, honey. We are way overdue for a catch-up. So anybody who's watching the replay, if you've got any questions for me, please drop me a line. Just to go on to the business side of things for a little while, Battle Queen, my 90-day transformation my transformation coaching program. So if you are a professional, high-achieving woman and you know that you are not living the life that you desire, that you are not achieving the success and the fulfillment in your life that you crave, how would things change for you if you had your own direct uplink to your own personal coach? That is what Battle Queen is all about. It is my 90-day transformational coaching program for high-achieving alpha females, okay? Professional women who want to take their success in life and business to the next level. That you've been to counseling and nothing's stuck. You've tried the mainstream methods, they haven't worked, and you've been left disappointed. So what have you done? You've shelved your own needs. You've gone, right, I'm not going to have the level of intimacy with my partner I desperately want. I can't, I've tried and it hasn't worked. I can't get to that next level in business because I'm constantly reined and governed by the fact that I don't even trust my own judgment and I live in fear and insecurity. How would it feel like to be plugged into someone and something for 90 days that could take you to that next level of success and no longer just survive in life but thrive? Okay, I know we hear it all the time, but the women that I work with come in at this level They've got a good life. They've got a husband they enjoy. They love him. They've got kids. Life's not too bad. But they're constantly hitting this barrier and they just can't break through to take their business and their success to the next level, and their relationships are not fulfilling. They are not to the level that they thought that they wanted in life, so they've given up. If that is you, Battle Queen is for you. Do away with the shame blocks, do away with the fear and insecurity, become your confident, unstoppable you. I've done it, countless of other women have done it, and my life from the outside looked pretty bloody good. But I was not living anywhere the level of success and happiness and joy that I am living now, until I dealt with those hidden blocks that I had pushed down, that I didn't even know that were there. I was on autopilot. I was just living every day. Like I said, life wasn't bad, but it wasn't the best that it could be. And I definitely didn't have the level of confidence and success and beautiful, intimate connection with my partner, my children, my friends, and myself that I do today. So I designed Battle Queen around all the things that I learned in my journey, all the things that I had suppressed that I didn't even realize that were there. And I designed a program around that so I could take other high achieving women who just want the best out of life through that program, so that you don't have to be dependent on counseling for the rest of your life. You can leave with the tools and strategies that you yourself can implement, and you can take your life to a whole new level of success and joy and love that you never thought possible. If that is something that you are interested in, let me know. Battle Queen is your one-to-one executive coaching program that within 90 days will completely transform you from victim to victory in every area of life. I do not believe in survivors living a 90% great life. I want you to live 100% happy, thriving, fulfilled. That's what you deserve. That's your purpose in life. When you walk into that purpose, when you walk into Battle Queen, you leave after 90 days with crystal clear clarity around your purpose, and you can go into every day knowing exactly what you were created to do. That, my friend, makes you totally unstoppable. All right? Who is going to be the next Battle Queen, because it is wrapping up 2019, 2 places left. All right, if it's something you're interested in, head to the website reneemichelle.com. Payment plans are available. If you've got questions, hit me up. So, Jenna, love you, baby. Everybody watching on the replay, have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you all soon. See you all here tomorrow. Bye.